This review is a little late, but last month I sat down to play Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. So full disclosure, I have never played a single Prince of Persia game before this, despite knowing about the series for years. So initially when this game was first announced, I really didn't have much of an interest in playing it. But as it got closer to releasing, I started seeing some very positive reactions to the game, so I decided to give it a try and ended up being really surprised by how much I liked it. In this game, we follow Sargon, a warrior who is a part of a group called the Immortals who fight for the Persian Empire. After the prince is kidnapped, Sargon and his friends venture to Mount Koth to go find the prince and bring him back. Whereas the previous series of games were 3D action titles from what I gathered, this game is a side-scrolling Metroidvania, which seemed like an interesting change in comparison, but was one that I think they absolutely nailed all around. Like many Metroidvanias, you'll be traversing the map using platforming and accessing areas with new abilities you unlock along the way, and not only did the platforming itself feel really smooth, but exploring the world as I progressed through the game always felt super rewarding. Whether it was a puzzle, an optional area, or a boss off the beaten path, the world of Mount Koth seemed to hold something new around almost every corner, and I was constantly impressed with the amount of variety on display, whether it was the design of each area or the enemies that populated them. Combat, similar to platforming, was just as smooth and super fun. While you start out simply being able to attack, dodge, and parry, the traversal abilities you unlock go hand in hand with how combat works, as every time I unlocked a new ability, there would always be a boss that would encourage me to use those new powers in creative ways down the line. Couple this with the bosses themselves being pretty stellar for the most part, you got a combat system that simply feels amazing and always brings something new to the table. The story, on the other hand, while decent in its own right, is brought down by a few aspects, specifically in the character department. While the story does have some interesting twists, it was kinda hard to connect with it all when we barely learned much about our characters along the way, especially Sargon himself. We're given hints to his personality, which is brought to life by some good voice acting, but there isn't really much that happens in the story that plays into those hints, so that was a bit disappointing. However, despite those issues, I found Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown to be a very engaging and very fun Metroidvania at the end of the day, thanks to its smooth gameplay and intriguing world, and personally, I'd be down for seeing another one of these games in the future.